To the job proper, because you've been there in a few weeks now. I mean, are there challenges?
Only 1 week, my brother.
1 week?
Only 1 week.
Okay.
Please.
Are there things that we don't see when our challenges you didn't expect, perhaps?
My brother, where do we start? There are challenges. Look, let me first term this for work for government. I've always been in the private, non-governmental sector. I don't work for the United Nations systems, structures, systems, predictable, everything. You can know what to get, you know. And then I helped build my own structure, you know, at Purposeful. For the past 6 years, I run them into a global organization. We get staff in basically every continent around the world. We staff based in 10 countries, from Palestine to Mexico, the US, and the UK, and we headquartered in Salon, and everything they flow. Now I'm a minister, but now a new ministry. So even administrative staff will they begin for put on together now. The mandates of the ministry now civic information and civic education. Civic education not one day exist in the past. So now we need for put on together. We need for rethink within information be and the vision with the president gets. You see for transform them. So all the one in the first now massive challenges, and then information you need for mobilize money. Many people can say, oh, the comes bad, una did not the comes business. Una understand say this is a money business. If you want quality, you have to invest the resources. So I think about for now, when you look at the budget, you think, wow, compared to some of the budgets we have been getting even a purposeful for do comes, you know. So it is a challenge, but I can always say, for someone like me, I then can't challenge them they would look for.
And how you feel to get for transfer that experience from the NGO sector, bring that to government? Because, like you say, first challenge we get for Ghana government, you are not going to have abundant resources.
Well, actually, not necessarily. Government has abundant resources.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of allocation,
mobilize and allocate that resource there. I think my experience in the private sector, the few things that they bring come in the non-government sector. One, and most important for me, are values. Me a feminist, me an activist, me a human rights person. I commit to the people of Salon and I go lie to them. I go be a minister with integrity. I go engage you now all with respect. When people call me, I go respond to them call and they. I go be available to the people of Salon because me an information chief, and I create now in the next 6 months systems them for make sure people are available. That's a values-led leadership, very important to me. Secondly, my experience in management and building teams. This now, I don't found so many things. You know, I co-founded Children's Forum. I was founder for a World at School with the former British Prime Minister Gordon Brown in EWF. We created one of the largest global education movements in the world. So I don't found things. I know how to like take from scratch and build. And obviously Purposeful, one of the most influential global feminist organizations now. So that experience that they bring come for raise and build a structure within government, and then the zeal and the energy and the different ways of doing things. When I in the president call for, the president asked me specifically, he said, "Una think outside of the box." Then one big thing why they bring come for think outside of that normal way where they no use for say, oh, na so they go, na so they go. Already I don't begin say, look, this office here not to so I want to change things. I want to let them know, say there's a young, I mean, me and my colleague, me and my deputy, we were very young. In fact, now we floor, now we get the youngest ministerial floor because we're next to the Ministry of Communications. We have the Honorable Salima Bah and the Honorable Sano, now the two other young people. So we want to let that floor they look like we.
And that's it. So you have all of this good grand vision, but the system of government itself has a system, and sometimes we've seen a lot of people, big ambitious dreams, get sucked into that system, and all your values and ideas just die away into the desert of bureaucracy.
One of the most exciting things about this era we live now that the president's one of in top 5, now a commitment for reform the public sector. So people ask me why you take the job. A few things. The vision of the president. I see the accomplishments of the president the past 5 years. But the team with the president put forward this time, me, and other young people that I respect, that I know say, no one person can lead change. For a revolution, you need a cohort of people. You need, you need sufficient people for move forward. This team, if you lucky you imagine waiting Salone need in terms of young dynamic people for be part of the leadership. We'll go first cabinet today. It's a lot of young people, dynamic, charismatic young people. That's number 2. Number 3 is the outline goals the president don't put forward. Part of my own critique of the government of Salone in the past was always we not get a grand vision that's integrated about who so want to take this country. But if you take feed the people, feed Salone, you take human capital development with a particular focus on women and girls. You take youth employment with very, very important and skills for the 21st century for young people. And then you take infrastructure and technology. You say you want for him. And then the one thing most people always forget about, reforming the public service, the civil service. Every minister we don't come, we don't complain, say civil servants are the problem. I'm not saying that the problem, but everybody say it needs to be better. So we live in an era where the president don't put that as a priority and put another young man, by the way, in that ministry there, Amara Kalon, for leads that revolution there. So I don't think we get an excuse. I think we get an opportunity to cabinets and other platforms and for say, okay, this experience what they get now, then public servants here, then civil servants here, now this experience here I don't get, we don't show say, I need for make me your input for let things get better. So I think, yeah, the system get for slow you down, but it's part of the challenge. How do you now make sure you're not bogged down by the system?